main thing with pHxr is it changes the structure of water, it unhardens it. So by unhardening water, like in my area here, it's 8.5, 7.5. I mean, it's pH is pretty high,
Yep.
but it'll take that and drop it under 5 and hold it. And so the key to herbicides being more effective is getting it under 5 so the plant will accept it. It's just a difference in what the plant will accept. So by doing that, your herbicides will be more effective. By treating your water with this, it'll nanotize whatever's put into it. So your herbicides will be nanotized. They'll get into the plant at a 90% efficiency, and within 20 minutes, it's doing its work. This is showing a spray pattern. So AMS on the left and pHxr on the right. So you can see with that smaller water droplets, how it's more efficient getting into the plant. But what guys are finding out is they can reduce and actually eliminate AMS in their spraying. Two advantages to that. One is cost. pHxr is going to run you about $1 retail an acre if you're doing 15-gallon an acre work. An AMS, you don't have to put in that 8 to 17 pounds of AMS per 100 gallons anymore. You just use 16 ounces of pHxr. And so just, workload and whatnot for usually spray guys are pretty pumped about that, but that makes a big difference. So the other thing that it does, it not only breaks the water down and unhardens it, nanotizes it, it breaks down salts to where a salt is no longer a compound, it's a simple salt. So now you got your herbicides with salt in it. You've got now they're going to be more effective as well because the plant will shutter and protect itself and close down its cells from salt. You make it a simple salt can be taken into the plant. So we're seeing a greater effectiveness with herbicides. So you can see on this field, well off of label. I mean, these weeds were big. But what it is showing is that it was able to get into the plant because the pH was right and way more effective.
So this is something that I would like to look at for this reason too, because I mean we're spraying Roundup on plants that are even just smaller than this on weeds, and they look like this after you spray Roundup on them, but then they come back. It's just like we made them sick for a little while, and then they come back, and then we just can't kill them. So we've actually got a lot of guys that are switching to Liberty or generic Liberty, and doing a better job because we're our weeds are getting just resistant. So that's why I kind of want to wonder.
Absolutely.
We can again about that resistance with this product.
So, and we've even got guys here that are telling us, hey, the Roundup works like Roundup again. But the key is the pH. So we've actually done a test, and what I'll do is I'll send you a link to the water test we've done. And maybe I did before, I don't remember the one where we'll do a water test and show it comparing to AMS versus pHxr. It'll drop the pH and hold it versus not. And the other one is the one we have is Synergize, which is an alternate form to liquid AMS. I'll send you the link to that on our YouTube page. But what we're doing is we're going around and we're doing clean outs for different guys with their sprayer, putting it in their sprayer, cleaning it out, and they're seeing just a difference in what's being broken down. So we had a guy that had he's an organic guy, and he'd had it for 5 years, put it in there, did a sprayer test, and what came out was atrazine. And he's like, I don't use atrazine. And it just showed what gets caught up in your tank, in your lines, in your hoses, your spray tips. And by keeping it clean and broken down, you don't have that issue.
Yeah.
So it's an easy one to get on the farms because it's effective, it's efficient, and you really start seeing an advantage. And the other thing I've seen in some of my soil samples, I went back 5 years when I started using pHxr. My soluble salts in my ground went from a 0.6, now it's to a 0.13. So it's helping to break those down and flush them out of the soil.
Really? Wow. Is it doing anything to the soil pH at all?
Yep. So
if you have high soil pH, is it doing anything?
So our soils here, if you go back and look, most of ours are 6.5 to 7.5, which it pulls to its natural pH state. So it's gonna just like humic acid, it's gonna pull to 7. So if you're at 9, it's gonna want to pull it to 7. If you're at a 5, it's gonna want to pull it to 7. So it's gonna buffer your soil, just like this pHxr product. It will buffer your soil, but guys are putting, well, we had a guy put 40 ounces an acre in furrow, and he swears he'll never do anything different. He said, man, the difference I saw, the ability of the pHxr to drop your pH, hold it, but at the same time, increase your oxygen level. So it makes it more like rainwater. So in the water test, we'll actually show the water oxygen level would be, say, around 100, 150 to start. It will keep increasing. So it'll go 250, 350 up to 400 and plus is while it's in there. So it's acting more like rain. It does the same thing in your soil. So if you get your soil treated, it's going to increase your oxygen level to the roots. Soil loves oxygen, roots love oxygen, makes everything work better in microbes. So
Exactly.
there's a few things with that are beneficial, but the key is getting it, treating your water, keeping everything working efficiently. But main thing with everything we do, let's get your soil right. Let's get it willing to be productive, free up what's there. And then from then on, things work better. Your plants are healthier because your soil's healthier. And if your soil's healthy, your plants are healthy, and you're going to have less disease, you're going to have less issues. But there isn't just one thing to throw out there and say, oh, hey, we fixed it now.